Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Bridge, Require Viewer Identification and Limit Access, I'm going to show you how the Require ID and Valid ID features in Eclipse work. These features allow you to have maximum control over who sees your real-time feed. Since the Require ID and Valid ID features are email-based, I'm going to show you how this works using 3 different browsers. First, I have Firefox, where I'm not logged into any account at all. Next, I have Google Chrome. Here, I'm logged into my Gmail email address. And lastly, I have Edge, where I'm logged into my Eclipse email address. So in each of these browsers, I have a different account configuration set up. And we'll see how each of these browsers responds to the settings that I input in my real-time job in Eclipse. In Eclipse, I'm going to start a real-time job, and I already have an output format for Bridge pointing at the Connection Magic server configured. I'm going to start a virtual real-time translation with only a Bridge mobile output format selected and no team sharing selected. As soon as I receive my session settings window, this is where I can decide if I would like to limit access to my real-time feed. And there are 2 ways that I can do it. First, I can check Require ID. I'm going to put in a password and check only Require ID, but I am not going to put in any valid IDs. I'll press OK. So I'm going to go to New Doc, and I see my job here, and I'll connect to it. Bridge lets me know that my real-time provider requires my email address and asks me to confirm it. I'm going to put in an email address, and I can even let Bridge know that it should remember this email address for me on this browser on this device in the future. I'll press connect, and I'm connected to the session. If I go to Google Chrome, where I'm also logged in but with a different account, I can join the same session. And again, it lets me know that my email address is required. And I've used this function in the past, so it already had my email address remembered along with remember email checked. So I'm going to hit connect, and I'm able to see the job. Now, lastly, in Firefox, I'm not logged in at all. I can go to New Doc, Translation Sample, and input the password. And even though I'm not logged in, I still have the opportunity to input an email address so that my real-time provider knows who's connected. So now all 3 of these devices are connected. And in Eclipse, if I go to Tools, Connection Magic, View Connections, then I see all 3 along with the IP address that the devices are connecting from. I'm going to close this window and close this real-time job. In each of the browsers, I'm going to close out of the session. And this time we're going to do an experiment using valid IDs. So I'm going to set up the job the same way using virtual real-time translation. And this time, not only am I going to check Require IDs, but I'm going to actually add a valid ID. To add valid email addresses that you'd like to allow to connect to your session, simply type them in one at a time, 1 per line. You can type in or copy and paste in as many email addresses as you'd like. Just make sure that they're each on their own line. Once you have the email addresses that you'd like to allow into your real-time session provided, just hit OK, and then provide your session information like usual, and start your session. Now, we're going to go into each of our browsers and see how this performs. First, we're in Edge, and here we're logged in with the Eclipse email address, so this one is not going to be a valid email address that will let me in. I'm going to put in the password, verify my email address, and hit connect. And here you see that it tells me that my email address is invalid. And so since I'm using an email address that wasn't on the list, I can't get in, even if I have the session name and the password. In Google Chrome, I'm also logged in, but to a different account. And in this case, I'm using the gmail.com address, which is the one that I added as an allowable address. And so this time, when I join the session and provide my email address, it's going to let me right into the session. And in Firefox, even though I'm not logged into any account at all, I can still join the session. And if my email address has been listed as a valid email address, I can simply type it in, choose whether I'd like this device to remember my email address, and hit connect. And since the email address that I provided matches, it's going to let me into the session. So in Eclipse, when you begin a real-time session and you're setting up your bridge output format, remember that you can use require ID as well as valid IDs to limit who can access your job, even if they have the session name and the password. You can change this list of email addresses for every single job. And you can even remove them and turn off require IDs if you don't need to use that function for this particular job. So again, checking require ID means that everyone who joins your session needs to provide their email address, whether they're already logged into a Bridge Cloud account or not. They'll need to provide that email address to you so that you know who's in your session. If you choose to use valid IDs, make sure that you enter one email address per line, and only people using the email address that you've listed here will be able to join your session, even if they have the username and the password, or even if they have the link. This is an extra layer of security that you can use to make sure that all of your data is as secure as possible or as secure as required. As a reminder, Advantage Software offers anytime support. Tech support can be reached with any question anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is available at support@eclipsecat.com. If you have suggestions or feedback about Bridge, please reach out to us at qa@eclipsecat.com. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we publish new content in the future. Thank you so much and have a great day.